Crazy. Absolutely bananas crazy right now. What a day. And I am dressed up for the occasion. Now, I like to dress up every once in a while. I mean, if you saw my office, if you saw my little studio right here, there's no one else here. So I just dress up sometimes just for fun to feel good. And you know what? This feels very presidential as well. So that's also another good reason to dress up, I guess. But first off, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna wait for more people to trickle in before we get started. I just want to remind you, as it says in the chats, this Linktree page has all of my official links. Please don't get tricked by somebody. There are lots of silly people out there. This is literally everything that's legit and real. So understand that this is all the good stuff. All right, this is everything that has to do with me. Anything else that's in the comments or on Discord or whatever, it's a scam, it's a lie. All right, let me know as well in the comment section too if the volume is too loud for the music. Sometimes it drives me crazy. I have it down to basically to the point where I can't hear it because it's just a little bit annoying and repetitive. But anyway, so before we get started, I am doing something special with this live stream. What I typically do 4 days a week, because I do a special weekly video for my Better Traders Club members. I'm going to show you here on Discord. I actually do a market analysis. It's basically 4 days a week, but there's a video, so it's 5. But text posts wise, 5 days a week. Well, 4 days a week. But I have posts going back years, literally going back a super duper long time, and I can only have a certain amount of pins. So it says July 17th. I've been posting updates for like 3 years. So there's a lot of great stuff. And what I typically do in these posts is I just give a little bit of an update on Bitcoin, Ethereum. If I'm seeing something interesting or new or different happening in the markets that I'm excited about, I'll write about it. Any news, I'll share about it. We go into TradFi, we go into all this stuff. I post a lot of this stuff as well in a very truncated and shortened form for the Coin Bureau Discord server as well as on X. So I thought, you know what, to celebrate Trump's victory and the ultra bullish response that crypto has had to this, why not do something different and special and actually do the market analysis live on YouTube? So feel free to drop tickers in the comment section down below or in the live chat. That's fine. I'm already gonna be talking about most of them. So pretty much every ticker that you've been wondering about, I'm probably going to be talking about. But before we get there, I need you to go ahead and like the video first. We have to have way more likes. And also I need you to share this with people. What you're going to see happen from this point on will get you very excited because you've been in this for a while. You already know what's up with BTC. You know what's up with crypto. You know why it's going to go to a much higher number over the next 6 to 9 months. You already know why. So with that said, you have friends, you have family members, you have coworkers that are interested in crypto, and they're tired of all of the open mouth stuff. They don't understand really what's happening or why this is so exciting, what's so good about it. Share this video with them. You're going to get to a point, and I want to repeat this later too, you're going to get to a point in the coming bull market where friends and family and coworkers are going to come out of the woodwork to say, you remember that stuff about Bitcoin? Can you show me how to buy it? Those are sell signals. So I want you to share this video with people that have asked you about Bitcoin or crypto in the past. Even if they're watching the live stream after the fact, share it with people because I'm going to be giving you the goods. I'm going to be giving you non-biased, it's bullish right now, but non-biased information to look for targets, and also going to talk a little bit about strategy. It's one thing just to get super excited about all of the pump emotion that's happening right now with BTC. I mean, yesterday's candle up 9% in a single freaking day. That's a big move for Grandpa, okay? And my nickname for Bitcoin is Grandpa, just because it's the oldest and it's the slowest moving. But you have to understand that moving up 9% in a day is massive. This does not mean that we're just going up and to the right forever. It does not. But there are so many things that I want to share in this video, again, to help give you a balanced and non-biased approach to what we should expect moving forward. Now, admittedly, the markets are extremely bullish, and you'll note that while traditional markets, which we're going to look at, have had a positive response to Trump's election, crypto overcompensated. Why? Let's talk about that for just a quick second. I've been sharing a lot of information with the Better Traders Club members in regards to liquidation cascades. I think I probably talked about it in a live stream before. And again, I apologize, I don't do these every single week. I've been busy working my butt off, refilming or adding new content to our existing courses at the Better Traders, which I'll talk about later. You don't need to know that for now. It's fine, but I've been really busy. If I'm quiet online, there's a reason why. I'm not just playing video games. Like, I'm working my butt off, okay? So before we get into price action, I want to explain a really simple concept. And it has to do with all this stuff over here on CoinGlass, okay? This is a free website. You can go to coinglass.com. If you go over here to liquidation, just click this. What we're seeing is a massive transfer of shorts to longs. In that over the last 24 hours, we've seen a lot of positions wrecked. We're looking at $584 million wrecked. And wrecked is slang for essentially liquidated. All of these leveraged longs and leveraged shorts, they got liquidated in their positions, okay? Now, when we see a bunch of red like this, that means a lot of short positions got liquidated. What does that mean? Well, that means when we go back to the chart on BTC, see that big fat green candle? People were probably late, and this is actually what I said literally last week. It's ridiculous. What happens is we get all of these late leveraged shorters that are adding in. They're literally just little cups of gasoline. And all we need for these little cups of gasoline that lead up to the big one right here is just a little spark. And that little spark happened yesterday. And what happened? Boom, 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 boom. We got all those levels liquidated to the point where we saw massive liquidations. We come here to this real-time liquidations. We're actually looking at all cryptocurrencies on all exchanges, but we want to find value that's greater than $1 million per liquidation. And there is a record short liquidation right here on Binance's BTC USDT market. I want to zoom in so you can see this because it is incredible. It's glorious. Look at this. $36.48 million and $74.98 million. Both of these positions were liquidated. Absolutely insane within 13 seconds of each other. We're looking at, in one position, $110 million. Bye-bye. That was a donation to the exchange. Thanks for playing. You have to understand how massive that is at the price of $75,000, $75,340. So let's go back to TradingView, $75,340. $75,340, just a little bit above that. So people are thinking, oh, there's no way it's going to go above $75,340. Oh, ouch. And you know what's going to happen next? BTC is going to retrace today. Why? Because it shot up too high too fast in a single day. It could continue a little bit, but when we get a short squeeze like that with so much ammunition, feel really bad. I'm laughing, but I feel really bad for these two people. This is why you don't play with leverage. Now, someone using this much money, they knew what they're doing, and they're willing to risk $110 million. They probably have deep pockets. Boo-boo-hoo-boo for them. That's still rough, okay? Now, if we come down here, this is even better. This is even juicier. I want to zoom in again to make this as big as possible, okay? I want you to see this. This is showing us the total liquidations for all coins on all time frames, okay? So this is going all the way back here to May 12th. Now, if you remember, back on August 5th, there was a liquidity crisis that caused the Nikkei, the Japanese equivalent of the S&P, to crash. And that forced Bitcoin to crash down to 50K. There was a 1-day big spike, and we saw in that day total, it says right over there, total $703 million of leveraged longs were liquidated, wiped out. On the short side, 266 million. That's a lot. Typically, we see, for the most part, leveraged longs getting wiped out, getting big liquidation events when the price goes down. But when the price goes up unexpectedly, then we see leveraged shorts get liquidated. So yesterday, we saw $426 million liquidated in short positions. So I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen right now in the short term. Because we saw so many shorts liquidated, we're going to see the price stall, most likely, come probably back down here to 73K, maybe 72, something like that. There's going to be a retrace. What you're going to see is short sellers piling in. Bitcoin moved up too high too fast in a single day. We're going to see the price retrace just a little bit. The same thing will happen again and again and again and again and again. Bitcoin will liquidate all of those short sellers, because when they're liquidated in their positions, the exchange says, your loss equals your margin. Thanks for playing. Thanks for the money. And then the price just rockets up higher and higher and higher. You get it? So you can see I'm extremely excited about this, because this only adds fuel to the fire to push the price up higher. That rhymed. It was such a good rhyme. I'm going to take a sip of kahi. And I said kahi because I meant to say kohi, which is Japanese for coffee. It's so difficult, right? I want to show you the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, but I have to resize it. So this thing always looks ugly. I wish they fix how this works. Whatever. We're looking at Bitcoin on the Model 2 version of this, looking at 6 months of time. I told you weeks ago, not if, when Bitcoin bounces off of the overhead resistance line of the long-term bull flag, that will be support, which it was. Price goes up, and we're going to see these levels of $70,300 liquidated, which is a lot of leveraged shorts liquidated. And we saw that happen again, liquidated. And we saw it happen again, liquidated. We're going to see this happen over and over and over. Now we have a growing level of support down here, $45,983. It's going to be, in my opinion, probably 2 years until Bitcoin sees that price level again. So it makes sense to me, at least, that that's a really safe, unless something terrible happens, barring some sort of other catastrophic COVID-like event, probably it's going to be completely fine. So things are looking extremely, extremely strong for crypto. Now, why? Why, oh why is crypto pumping, but TradFi is like moving up a little bit? The total crypto market cap is a small percentage of the total wealth in the world. If we think about the stock market, the metals markets, foreign exchange markets, the bond market, those are massive, massive markets that I don't even understand how to comprehend the value of those markets. And then there's Bitcoin, then there's crypto. The reason why Bitcoin and crypto pumped with Donald Trump's new presidency announced is because Bitcoin, as amazing as it is, as much as I like it, as much as I want to accumulate as much as I can, it's still such a small market compared to the larger markets. So because the liquidity is a lot smaller, these big volatile moves can result in massive pumps for Bitcoin and everything else. And that's what I want to look at next on TradingView. The incredible thing about Bitcoin's move yesterday, and wait, before I go on, let me see, how are we? We're doing okay. We need to have equal views and likes. Likes are way too far down. I'm going to look at some of these charts. Don't worry. But I need you guys to hit the like button. I need you to share the video. No, this is no good. I'm giving you guys the good stuff. This is going to be a longer video, so just get comfy. And for all of you that are in the Better Traders Club, I'm going to be writing out a summary of this stuff later anyway. But I'm going to give it to you in video form just for fun for today, like I said. Okay? Okay. The main thing that we need to pay attention to as traders Price action is important. Volume, though, tells us a lot. I use Bitcoin on the Bitstamp exchange because I want to see some sort of volume on there. Now, we can use the index, which is almost the same, if not better, because the index is taking a lot of price action into account. If I go to click all, this starts all the way down here at less than nothing, like at fractions of a cent. So this is Bitcoin's entire price action in history, okay? So I get it. I know why this is such a good one. But I really want to focus on Bitstamp because it's all my drawings on in here. I'm just so stubborn. I don't want to move over to the index, okay? But when we look, and let me just hide everything, okay? Because I don't want you to get confused about anything right now. Because there's so many good things happening. The main thing that's happening right now is that whether it's Bitcoin on Bitstamp, massive one-day pump of volume, or if it's the index, all-time high index, massive one-day pump of volume, or we're on Binance, massive one-day pump of volume, or we're on Bybit futures, massive. The big deal about what just happened yesterday is that the level of volume, the amount of volume, well, let's go to the index because this is a little bit better. Remember that thing I told you about August 5th? The chart shows it right there. This is when the Nikkei was crashing and people were freaking out and crapping their pants, okay? And we saw Bitcoin drop down to about 49,000, so a little bit under $50,000. We saw so much selling volume that day. Again, on the Bitcoin index, the all-time high, $4.6 billion, okay? Yesterday's successful election of President Trump, $5 billion. This is the kind of volume that is not likely to repeat the next day. It's a one-day pump. But when we get one-day pumps like this, what will happen is we'll start to see them pop up more frequently, like this, just pop, 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 getting some amazing volume. Now, I want to show you the chart here for October. All of you that have been in crypto for a while, on October 16th, 2023, the Cointelegraph intern posted that famed tweet on X, or whatever they call it now on X. It's not a tweet technically, but whatever. That Bitcoin's spot ETF was approved before it was actually approved. But that was enough volume and excitement to get Bitcoin out of this range and to shoot it up higher and higher. As the price of BTC moved up more and more and more, look at how this yellow line right here, and this is a free indicator. I should have explained that, by the way. This is the TBT base to quote currency converter. It just automatically converts the base currency into the quote currency volume. So instead of knowing how much BTC was bought or sold, now I know how much the equivalent is of BTC on the USDT market on Binance, or if it's ETH, Sol, ETH, whatever. Okay? The main thing is that we saw this yellow line, the moving average, move up, showing that strength has come to the market. And when we see volume increasing significantly over and over, we see this yellow line moving up more and more. That is enforcing the strength of the trend. And I'm a big trend trader guy. Hence the book right there, Trend Trading. Like I love trend trading, okay? This is what we're seeing happening in real time. This is the beginning. We saw a massive one-day candle of volume. Absolutely massive. Okay? Now, when it comes to important time frames for all of you investor types, people that don't want to spend hours and hours looking at their phones, looking at their portfolio, you just want a safer experience for trading, let's look at the weekly time frame at a couple of things that are going to make your jaw drop. The main thing that's happening right now is that Bitcoin has made an official new all-time high at 76K. Okay? That's amazing. Because it's made an all-time high, again, I expect a short-term pullback. I want you to understand in regards to volume, and we'll bring that back, that volume is now starting to exceed the 30-day moving average, especially all the volume we've seen before. This looks so much stronger. If we continue to see volume outperform this yellow line, we're going to 100K possibly by the end of the year. The other thing to pay attention to is this indicator. This one is free as well on TradingView. This is on balance volume. I love this because it shows cumulative volume, rolling volume, I guess you could say. It's the blue jagged line is OBV. The white line is a moving average. OBV is above the moving average. The moving average is now being brought up because of the bullish price action, the bullish volume of this. When we see on balance volume moving up, and we know we're making a new all-time high, and we zoom out to this chart to see where was the all-time high of volume for OBV, is way up here at about 22 million. We're not that far away. We're only about 4.5% away. Look at how much the volume has grown. The other thing to keep in mind for all of you people that are here now, you're early. Retail is not here yet. They're still not. Retail doesn't know about all these coins that I'm going to be talking about today. They don't know about any of this stuff. So for your normal, everyday Aunt Julie, Uncle Jerry, Cousin Shirley, whatever, Bitcoin is the safest bet for the long term. The trend is extremely strong. We might see a pullback in the short term, but things look good. This indicator here, the TBO, the main thing I'm looking at and paying attention to and have been talking about a lot is this lower line, which is called the TBO slow line. As long as the slow line is angling up, I don't care about all the chop that happens. We are globally or macro bullish. Now, on the daily time frame, we're seeing more of this move, or rather this slow line is changing a lot more. Despite yesterday's big move of 9%, the slow line still isn't angling up. We did close one of these white dots right here. Okay, this is a TBO breakout. Ideally, I like to see 3 in a row, but seeing this one here is fine with me because this shape right here, this is what I'm getting to with all of you that are looking just for like something, if you're wondering like when to get in, like getting in around 73K, 72K, just buying a little bit, holding it, you'll be okay to hold until north of $100,000 in my opinion. That's at least my plan is going up. I actually have a video on YouTube that talks just about that. I have to pull it up. So if you're not sure of what Bitcoin could do, go to my channel, go to, I can't even find it. Where is this? It's a labyrinth. Come on, just show me my channel. There we go, view my channel. Don't play the video. This one right here. Okay. This video, Bitcoin will hit all-time high on this date. Watch this, share this. This is gonna help you the most, okay? So why am I making such a big deal about this? Why am I saying quite arrogantly, well, this is where things just go really crazy for us? Because if we look at the shape of this cloud right here, how it looks with the breakouts, and we go back to 2020 in December, we're seeing essentially something very similar. Not a perfect replica, but seeing breakouts together, seeing the price moving up, seeing the cloud start to move up, this is what we want to see. When we see the daily cloud moving up and the slow line is angling up, that's like rocket initiation sequence. I still think we're about 2 to 3 weeks until we see that kind of price action pull the cloud up. But by the time it does start pulling up, the price will go up higher, in my opinion. Now, let's talk fundamentals, okay? Why is the price of Bitcoin pumping so much? Why is crypto pumping so much? If you've been paying attention to the news, if you've been paying attention to the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, if you've been paying attention to Gary Gensler or the XRP, the Ripple case, or any legislation that's been anti-crypto. And again, how could Elizabeth Warren be reelected? How did that happen? Ugh. But the good news is that Donald Trump has promised a lot in regards to crypto. He actually said a couple of statements, and I don't have the screenshots of them, but he has said, instead of selling all of the Bitcoin that the US government has taken from whatever sources, most likely using for illegal purposes or drug lords or whatever it is, they've obtained all this Bitcoin from illegal people, or people using it for illegal purposes or whatever, and they've obtained it. They're not going to sell it. They're going to retain it and build it up as part of a strategic reserve for the United States government to strengthen the dollar. That's the first big reason why BTC is pumping. Trump's saying that Bitcoin is going to be part of the United States Reserve. It's just too good to be true. It's crazy. Secondly, Trump has said that he vows to fire Gary Gensler from his role at the SEC on day one. Gary Gensler has been one of the most disappointing human beings in regards to legislation against crypto, next to Elizabeth Warren. So the fact that he's going to be taken out of the picture, that Donald Trump has also said many things about how he is pro-crypto, he wants to have crypto be founded and established in the United States instead of pushing it offshore. He wants to bring it onshore. Like, this is one of the main reasons why Bitcoin pumped. There are so many pro-crypto policies that Donald Trump has been in favor of. Now, is he going to do it or not? He said in his acceptance speech that his job now is to deliver on his promises, all of his promises. So we'll see. But the reason why the market's pumping like crazy is because there's a lot of hope and optimism for crypto in the United States. That's really why things are pumping. That's why we're seeing an amazing influx of volume. And you better believe that spot ETFs like the Grayscale BTC ETF, like IBIT, which is BlackRock's ETF, these are going to continue to push higher and higher because retail will look to buying these because they're safer, they're easier, and expect more spot ETFs for cryptocurrencies to list, to be approved, to be pushed, to be made available to the public. It isn't like a one-day pump. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. This is a big, big, big deal. All right. Now, let's talk about the short term, okay? Short-term pullbacks. We need to look at the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, to figure out if there are any gaps we need to be wary of. Now, on Ethereum, there is no gap. All those gaps have been closed, but there is a gap that's been open since August 2nd at $3,000. Ethereum is so close after pumping in one day up like 11 or 12%. And it's actually still going up, which is great. There's a target of $3,000 right up there. Now, there are support and resistance levels that we have to be wary of in regards to Ethereum. Ethereum is still dead, in my opinion. It's just pumping because everything is going crazy right now. Ethereum does have a spot ETF, but does that mean that there's actual demand for Ethereum? The chart tells me otherwise. No. If we take away everything in regards to all of the fun lines and stuff like that, we just look at the TBO. This line up here at the top is the slow line, like I said before. This is bearish until the price moves above. And if Ethereum can continue to push higher up and close above the daily cloud, there we go. That's the ultimate flippening that this chart needs and has needed ever since August. It's been in the doghouse since then. But there are way more interesting charts to look at instead of Ethereum. Okay, we need to talk about dominance levels. Now we're getting into a little bit more technical stuff. I do post about this a lot in the Better Traders Club Discord server. I also share little snippets of this on my posts on X and also in the Coin Bureau Trading Channel Discord server, or Coin Bureau Discord server as well. It's important to look at stablecoin dominance because this gives us a good idea of the strength or the weakness of the market. I've been talking about this a lot. The main thing that we have to celebrate with right now, or celebrate about, is that we have a support line here that was pierced back in mid-October, tested and pierced many times, where I was actually looking at this going, okay, are we going to go up higher? Like, what? This looks very fearful, only to see yesterday drop 7% in a day. That is a massive pullback. Massive. Only to see this just drop. Now, the golden zone for stablecoin dominance right now is dropping below 6%. If stablecoin dominance can drop below 6%, then I believe that we're going to see a huge shift, a bigger influx, where it will be buy anything and it goes up season. It'll go crazy. Bitcoin dominance, despite the bullish announcement, the bullish news, has topped out above 60%. This chart is still ultra bullish. And for all of you that are new and you're like, wait, what is this about Bitcoin dominance, stablecoin dominance? Think of this as a pie. Go back to third grade, you have a pie chart, a pie graph. So the total crypto market cap, which we're going to look at in a second, can be divided or allocated by its dominance thereof. So we can look at Bitcoin dominance, which is over 60%. So that means if I were to draw a pie graph, Bitcoin dominance would take up more than half. It would take up 60% of the total crypto market cap. It's dominating 60%, just a little bit above, of the total crypto market cap. So why pay attention to stablecoin dominance and Bitcoin dominance? That's because these do two different things. Stablecoin dominance tells us when there's fear or greed in the market. Right now, there's a lot of greed. We're seeing this dump. There is an absence of fear because stablecoin dominance dropping this much, making a newer low, tells me that the market's very, very excited. And we've seen the result of that. Things are just going crazy. Bitcoin dominance topping out here, it's a nothing burger for the short term. It just means that alts are going crazy. And what typically happens is when the markets are bullish, Bitcoin pumps up a little bit, alts are going to overcompensate, which is the multiple factor effect. I talk about this a lot, or the rubber band effect, where it's like a slingshot. So Bitcoin goes up 9%. And we saw charts, some of the charts actually closed up 60 to 70% yesterday in a day. So talk about overcompensating just a little bit. So the reason why Bitcoin dominance is falling is because the market is overreacting, and we've seen that allocation go other places. Yesterday, we saw others dominance increase by 2%. Not a huge shift or change, but the main thing to pay attention to is that we saw others dominance be oversold for a streak of, it wasn't actually 11, it was 10 days, which is a massive streak. It has most likely found the bottom for now. We have to still be kind of cautious, but given the fact that we got so many green lights, we'll see some fluctuations as we go forward, but this is still a great bottoming signal. Ethereum dominance also closed up 3% yesterday. So far, it's up 2%, but this is more closely tied to the price performance of Ethereum, so I don't really pay attention to that too much. So now let's look at the total market cap. This thing is on fire. Not only did it break above this long-term level of overhead resistance, which I've been watching for a long time, we actually saw it pierce above late October, came down, and then boom, yesterday made a higher high, and right there, see that white dot right here? That guy. This is a TBO breakout. Seeing a TBO breakout like this on the daily time frame is a massive signal. I would love to see two more of those, because that's basically telling us that we're going to see the price explode up higher like this. Just seeing a couple of these in a row, you see the price of everything just shoot way up. Okay, so we're getting into way up season. All right. When we look at the weekly time frame, again, super strong. Oh, and I forgot to show you one more thing. And I've talked about this before a lot on the club. I'm so sorry. I wanted to show you this as well. So literally so many things are going on, and I'm excited about so many different opportunities. One of the biggest one is that Bitcoin's weekly RSI reading is above 70. When we see this close above 70, this is telling us that the relative strength of Bitcoin is more likely to continue pushing up higher. This is a bullish continuation indicator. When we see this on the daily time frame, this is telling us that we're short-term overbought, oversold, all that stuff. But on the weekly, this is telling us that we should see Bitcoin continue to push up higher and higher and higher. Anytime you see RSI above 70 on the weekly time frame, that's a strong trend intact. I wanted to make sure to say that too. So on the the total crypto market cap, we're not there yet, but we're getting really close. Total 2, not close. Total 3, no, not there. Others, no, we're still a far cry away. This is something I've been warning you about for a while as well in my posts, to the Better Traders memberships or our clubs, that as much as we are seeing others bounce right now, small caps, mid caps, AI coins, meme coins, everything is pumping because everyone's excited about what happened yesterday. Bitcoin is still stronger than everything else. I still believe that it is Bitcoin season for the next couple of months, actually this month and next month. And then we're going to see a shift about mid-December to alts going crazy. If you think things went crazy recently, you've literally not seen anything yet. I'm talking about continued momentum to the upside. This is our opportunity right now to look for some entries, to look for some strong trends, to jump into a trend, or to look for a reversal and just kind of sit on your hands for a while. One more chart I want to show you in regards to the mains, the big ones, is Bitcoin, the volatility index, BVOL7D on BitMEX, has done almost a move for move copy of what happened before. We had these yellow dots, TBO breakdowns. We didn't see any closed shorts, but we saw a cross up, the green X, and now we're seeing an open long today after a big move up higher. I've been saying this over and over, and I just want to make this super clear. BVOL7D has nothing to do with Bitcoin's price dumping. It just means, is there a higher chance of Bitcoin to have more volatility over the next 7 days? And given the fact that BVOL pumped up 19% yesterday, what do you think? Of course it's going to pump up higher. Okay. And I'm just going to take a quick second to see, thanks guys for the views. Thank you for the likes. Keep it going. Make sure to share this video, friends, family, coworkers. You can share it on Discord servers and all that fun stuff. I want to get the likes up on this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I have a lot more coming this year. It's crazy. But BVOL7D moving up means that we're going to see more volatility for Bitcoin. This does not mean Bitcoin dumping. It just means that we're going to see more jagged movements, which again, that aligns perfectly with everything I've shared up until this point. Okay. Now, even though it's boring right now, we do need to look at a couple of TradFi charts. Again, the whole purpose of this video is to give you a synopsis of what I talk about in the Better Traders Club Discord server. And I have to go to that again, as I post stuff just like this 4 days a week. And I have a video that I share as well once a week on my Mondays, but it's North American Sunday night. So everything that I'm doing right now with a lot more words, but we're going over charts, we're going over, and then we usually talk about TradFi, which is really, really, really important because we want to pay attention to what's happening in the bigger markets. Now, looking at the Dixie, the US dollar index, this chart has been incredible for several reasons, but we're at a point right now where it's a little bit iffy / scary, and I'll tell you why. The US dollar index is essentially the strength of the US dollar, in that we're looking at this almost in the same lens of Bitcoin dominance or stablecoin dominance, okay? When we see the US dollar index pumping, historically, that means that traditional markets or traditional indices like the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the FANG index, or MANG index, whatever, these should be dumping. But because Trump is looking to improve and boost the economy, we're seeing the dollar pump. Yesterday, we saw the Dixie shoot up 1.61%, which is a big deal for this chart. You can see these moves are typically very small. Not only did it move up, but you can see it right here on the weekly time frame. Long-term overhead resistance was pierced. And what did I just say about RSI being above 70? This means that the bullish momentum should continue for this chart. That's a little bit problematic, but given that Trump is looking to improve the economy with his different devices and schemes and ideas, maybe this is a good thing. I don't know. But typically when the dollar pumps, other currencies dump in comparison. So we just got to keep that in mind. Typically when the dollar pumps, Bitcoin dumps, but of course we just covered all those reasons why it's not going to. So in the short term, the Dixie is very bullish. It is strong bullish. On the weekly time frame, we could still see it consolidate. There's no strong trend intact other than RSI, but this could move up a lot higher. the S&P gapped up, meaning that we see a major difference between Tuesday's close and Wednesday's open. There is a significant gap of 1.47%, meaning that it would not surprise me if the S&P had a slight pullback to close the gap over the next couple of days. Now, in TradFi land, there is an FOMC meeting, I believe, Thursday, today. Well, it'll be your tomorrow if you're in the United States. But there might be a little bit of shakiness with that. It depends. Oh, and Jay Powell is going to be removed from that seat as well, which again, looking forward to that. So we'll see what actually happens, but usually when we have a gap on a TradFi index like this, we're probably going to see some sort of return to it just to fill the gap. But the reality is that this is a strong bullish chart. How do I know that this is a strong bullish chart, even with pullbacks like we saw in August? Because the slow line in general in the daily time frame is pointing up. We want Bitcoin's slow line to look like this. Right now it's flat. We want it to curl up like this and just be dragged up higher and higher and higher, because that indicates a strong trend. So that means even if, which I fully expect to happen, even if the SPX chart pulls back, even if the Dow Jones pulls back and we close a gap, the trend is still up. Just want to make that really clear. The Dow Jones as well had a very bullish close yesterday, and there's quite the gap down here at 42,269, but it made a new all-time high. The NASDAQ gapped up as well and printed a breakout. The FANG index did not gap up, but it's still looking extremely strong. NVIDIA had a little bit of a gap up, but that's normal for this chart. Again, breakout, look at all of these pullbacks and pay more attention to the slow line. Yes, you can use the TBO indicator on TradFi charts. It honestly works way better on crypto and Forex and commodities markets for charts that are open 24/7, because all the gaps can create a lot of noise on the chart, especially on faster time frames. But this is a bullish breakout for everything. Now, one of the best charts I'm looking at right now is the VIX. The VIX, the volatility index of the S&P 500, gapped down. This right here is telling us what the market thinks about the election. And the economy is saying, we're excited about what's going to happen next. Seeing all of this tension, look at this big spike that happened on August 5th because of the Nikkei crashing, right? So now we're seeing a return back down here. This is a great sign. It's a gap, so we could see it return up after a couple of days. It's true, but we're seeing some good signs. If you look at the euro, this one dropped 1.84% in a day. The yen dropped a lot, although this is the inverse. This is converting dollars to yen. So $1 equals 154 yen. We're seeing the Nikkei kind of like, whatever, but it did close up positively. The biggest indicator that people are feeling safe is gold is having a pullback. Now, the same things that I just said still apply. The slow line is still bullish on this chart. Let me remove the fibs first so you can see it. The slow line is still bullish on gold. So please don't interpret this as, oh, that's the top for gold. That's it. We're done. It's over. Not necessarily, but the fact of the matter is that we're seeing gold drop one day, 3% in a day, into the cloud. Why? Because there's a lot of optimism in the air. We're seeing gold drop, and if we see gold pump, that usually means that gold is a quick hedge to safety. When traditional markets are dumping, gold usually pumps. When there's a lot of anxiety or fear in the world, or geopolitics, all that fun stuff, wars, we'll see gold pump. Seeing gold dump means that there is less need or reason to panic. So it's still bullish. We could still continue to see gold move up higher, but I'm not a gold guy, I'm a Bitcoin guy. So what can I say? Now, this is the part of the video where we're going to be talking about a lot about alt charts. You guys have been champs, you've been troopers. Thank you for dropping comments down below. I'd really love to get the views up higher. It's great to see all of you joining me, but it would be great if you could take a second to share the video. If you haven't liked it already, like it. You don't have to unlike it to like it again. That's fine. I see a lot of your comments. I will take a look at Zeta Chain. Yeah, we are going to look at Doge as well. Cool. Okay. I just want to remind you as well that you're going to see over time, you're going to see people that are impersonating me on X, on Discord, on YouTube, or scam comments, stuff like that. These are all my official links for stuff. So if you like, there's actually another TikTok account I found that has like over 150,000 followers. I wish it was actually my account. It's not. I have an embarrassing low number of followers on TikTok. I used to have an Instagram follower count over like 50K, and that one got hacked and I lost access to it. So yeah, anyway, that's just how it goes, right? It's okay. So glad I'm so popular. But I want to remind you that we do have a really awesome service. And the whole thing I'm doing today is essentially what I do in the Better Traders Club. So the Better Traders Club is available through thebettertraders.com. You come up here to Club and you can join for as little as $1. Now you get what you pay for. $1, you're only going to get like the bare minimum. And I usually don't wear a tie and dress up for that, all that fun stuff. But if you're someone that is more into like hands-free solutions, the Signal tier is the best, because then you get access to hands-free bot trading signals. If you want active trading strategies, signals, watch lists, trade setups, the Trader tier. Pro is just like everything else, but it just has, as far as like a pro tier goes, you just get way more. Now, for those of you that just want some education, you're watching this and you're like, crap, I feel like I missed a train. I need some help. I need some education. The best thing you can do is the 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom course. This course is ridiculous. Like I mentioned before, I've actually refilmed the course and I've updated all the footage. We've updated the guides. I'm really excited about it, and I'm working on the 2 other advanced courses right now. It's a lot of work. So this course is perfect for people that are beginner/intermediate level and you want to get into automated trading. You don't want to actively look at charts like I do hours and hours a day, which is fine. It's not for everybody. But if you want an automated trading solution and strategies, you want coaching, which is included with this. If you want access to the TBO indicator, which I've been sharing a lot, you want, and you can also get access to this right here, which is the Better Traders Journal, which is so overlooked. You need to have a good grasp of trading psychology before you just go all crazy with BTC and crypto, because it's going to wreck you mentally, especially in a bull market. You have no idea. So this course is a wonderful place to start. It is absolutely worth it. We've had thousands and thousands and thousands of people take this course and they love it. So if you're, again, looking for a way to boost your education in crypto trading, specifically toward automating your trading experience, this is it. This is the course right here. Okay. Now let's continue. Oh, got my little click away there. I forgot about that. Okay. Let's go back to TradingView. I will remember that chart for Zeta chain. So I will look at that. Okay. Yeah, look at that. It's back up above. So let's talk about some charts. We already talked about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm not going to talk about everything. I just went through before the live stream started, and I want to highlight a couple of these charts to outline a couple of the ideas that I already shared before in regards to the trend, in regards to volume, and in regards to the TBO and that slow line. I'm going to try to keep it very simple, but hopefully you can see a through line as I look at all of these different charts. Okay. All right, here we go. And if you guys are actually watching this all the way through, if you've been with me since the beginning of this live stream, give yourselves a pat on the back and make sure to leave a thumbs up in the chat. That would be awesome, just so that I know, because you guys are all, I mean, high five, ready? Now you have to wipe your computer screen off. Gotcha. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, this is what happens. I'm in a good mood. It's hard not to be in a good mood right now. Okay, Solana is the Ethereum killer. Solana right now is Ethereum in the 2020 cycle. Despite all the outages, despite the fact that this is one of the worst tickers because it stands for out of luck. Like this is one of the, it's okay. It is what it is, all right? But despite all of the baggage, this chart is primed to go crazy, and it will continue to go up higher. I firmly believe that this will replace Ethereum. Ethereum has no demand. Even though there's an Ethereum spot ETF, even though the NFTs were the one primary reason why Ethereum was crazy, that and also the Ethereum 2.0 upgrade, where you had to buy Ethereum and you staked it for a locked period. So people were buying Ethereum at this price, about $100 or so, $190, $200. And it moved all the way up to like $2,000. Actually, it went up to $4,000 if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, we're at a level right here where we're seeing some crazy price action. Again, are we seeing good volume? Yes. Is the cloud bullish? Not yet, but look, right now, today, we have one of these white dots, TBO breakout, in process. Not confirmed until the daily candle closes. Looking at the weekly time frame, though, we can clearly see how has the trend been for Solana ever since it broke out of this range down here at 20 bucks. Bullish. Even with all the garbage happening, bullish. It is above weekly resistance outlined here by the TBO. It still has a ways to go. Don't worry about this. This is from another video, and this is the reality of trading in crypto, which is why the course is so helpful. Our all-time high is up here at $259. Not a problem. Absolutely not a problem. So where could we see Solana go? Well, for starters, it's hard to see, so I'll make this a little bit of a dot right there. We're looking at $669. That's actually way too high. Where is it? 669. There we go. So we're looking at $669. That is our short-term target for Solana. Okay? If you are someone that's invested in Solana and you haven't taken profits yet, I would highly suggest you consider taking a little bit of profit just below this level. So like around 611 or like 500 something. Don't use round numbers. Don't sell at 600. Sell just above like 613 or 611.58 or 579.12. Cool. But end game, we could see Solana up here at $2,000. I would not be surprised about that at all. And just going up to our 272 level, that's an increase of 200%, or we're looking at a possible 10x from here. I know it seems crazy, but there's so much hype and demand for Solana. So I'm trying to be realistic, okay? Now, as far as the trend, even though the TBO is bullish, RSI is not bullish yet. On balance volume is bullish. We're seeing it above the cloud. We're not seeing the demand there for volume just yet, but the chart is bullish, all right? Let's keep pushing forward. Same concept, same idea. XRP, all of you diehard sadists out there that love XRP, this is for you. Pay attention. Now, the reality about XRP, and I want to make this super duper easy to understand. We have an epic 4-year bull flag that has been in place since 2018. 2018. We've seen more breaks to the downside, but we are above the median. The obvious target for XRP right now is about $1.06, which is approximately an increase of 97% or 100%. Let me pause. All of you XRP Army people, because Gensler will be out at the SEC, because they're probably going to put in a pro crypto person in the SEC, does that mean that XRP is off the hook? Probably. But does that mean that XRP is going to shoot up to $100? I don't know. The chart looks pretty cursed to me. I don't know about you. And I'm sorry to say that for some of you are like, you hate it. And I know. But if XRP announces any of these coins I'm talking about, if they announce a spot ETF, here's the game plan. You can buy into the hype, even if you're late. And when the ETF is launched, take profit. Because what typically happens is we see a pullback after the ETF launches. There's going to be an artificial pump before the ETF launches, take a little profit, and it comes back down. Invest those profits on the pullback, then you'll be happy. Just a little bit of advice, okay? All right, Doge. This chart is incredible, okay? I actually did a video for the Coin Bureau trading channel, and I mentioned that a couple times. This is my own channel, so I can talk about what I want to talk about. I'm not doing a video for someone else, but I do make videos for their channel. So you can subscribe if you want to the Coin Bureau trading channel. There are other people that do their own analysis, their own ideas, their own theories. This is just straight up me talking about what I want to talk about on my channel. So that's the difference, okay? But the good people, I like working with them. It's fun. I did just post a video yesterday, I think, about Bitcoin and Doge. Now, the main thing to understand, that was a weird thing right there, is that Doge moved above our 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level with massive one-day volume. Is the slow line moving up? It's just starting, and we got breakouts. I fully expect Doge to go back up to 26 cents, to go up to 41 cents. Let me go to the weekly, it's faster. To go up to its all-time highs. Whereas before I was not so optimistic about this, but because Elon Musk is part of this Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, you're gonna hear Doge talked about all the time. As much as you like him or hate him, I don't care. The reality is that Elon Musk is gonna be used at the White House to improve government efficiency. Doge, 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 Doge. Doge, MSNBC, Doge, Fox News, Doge, the Washington Post, Doge. They're all going to be saying this ticker. The reason why Doge will also move up is because when you had this massive rally because of Elon Musk back here in 2020, Doge moved up 20,000% off of hype. He's now going to be instrumental in the White House. You better believe that Doge will continue to pump. It will go back up to its all-time high. Will it exceed it up to $1.50? Maybe, but it's wise to consider allocating some of your portfolio to Doge. The daily time frame looks bullish. The TBL looks bullish. This is the weekly time frame. It looks bullish. RSI is above 70. That means that we should expect bullish momentum to continue. Volume is outperforming the 30-day moving average. Looks bullish. On balance volume looks bullish. Everything about the chart looks bullish. We even have breakouts on the daily. Keep an eye. Now, I'm going to be sharing coins that I'm personally not excited about. And actually, the only coins that I really have exposure to right now are BTC. Call me crazy, but that's how I roll, okay? So I'm not saying any of this stuff with any hidden intent or like I bought this, so I'm hoping that you buy it. Do what you want. It's your own money, your own decisions. Now, with that said, I am not a fan of Cardano at all. It's been disappointing to watch this chart, and I always look at the chart. I don't care about what X is saying. I don't care about what Charles Hoskin is saying. I don't care how many pictures of his pig he takes, how many balloon rides he goes on, how many mountains he climbs. It doesn't matter to me because the chart tells the story every time. There is a lack of interest in Cardano ever since the top in 2021. See this line coming down? Lack of interest, lack of interest, lack of interest, a little bit. The market was pumping a little bit, and lack of interest, lack of interest. Looking at what's happened yesterday, all the bullish move, lack of interest, absolute lack of interest. Now, with that said, we could actually be at a bottom-ish point for Cardano because we have one signal right here, TBT, bullish divergence, that has been pretty good. Now, these ones were too early. This one, spot on. And after this one, we saw the price of Cardano shoot up 56%. We're also seeing support hold at about 25 cents. Now, do I expect Cardano to shoot up to some crazy prices, to go to some massively overbought prices? Actually, this is the better one right here. To go up to $3. Maybe. But I'm not betting the farm on it, that's for sure, because it's just Cardano. There's no excitement with this chart. There's no volume. But it is showing some signals that we could see a bounce from this range. That's all I'm saying. Uniswap saw a massive one-day candle. Look at the difference between this and Cardano. I mean, this is easy. Up 29% in a day. Volume, 196 million on Binance. Cardano, we saw what? 4.6 million, up 9%. Which one has more demand? Which chart is the market saying, oh, I'm excited about this. I'm really looking forward to this one? Uniswap. Why? Well, Uniswap actually came under attack from the US government. The US government said, we don't like what you're doing, and they threatened them. They threatened them to shut down. The US has also gone after other DeFi protocols, decentralized finance protocols, and decentralized exchanges, saying, we don't like what you're doing. So if we have a pro-crypto president in office who's trying to do things to promote crypto in the US, then maybe Uniswap's going to be okay. Kind of get it? There's more to this than meets the eye. Now, a one-day pump of 29%, likely unsustainable, but it's a bullish, bullish, bullish sign for the chart. There's no strong trend on this chart, not yet, but RSI is close on the weekly to getting to 70. Volume looks great. We'll probably see a pullback, but Uniswap could head back up to these levels where it was extremely exciting way back here in 2021, okay? It's still down 77% from its all-time highs, going all the way back up here. It's only an increase of 300%. Noticing a pattern here? So these are good-ish ranges. Now, memes. If you do not have exposure to meme coins, you are missing out in crypto. As dirty as you may feel, as much as you may disagree with the ethos behind so many of these meme coins, right now, meme coins are vital in winning in crypto. Vital. If you want to win, meme coins. Which one? That's up to you. But I'm going to be talking about a couple of these. Pepe, Doge, those are both older meme coins, but yesterday Pepe pumped 15%. Today it's up 6% so far. We're seeing some good price action. It actually came back to this long-term level of resistance, and bouncing off of it confirms support. Looks pretty good. On the weekly time frame, it's still not so strong, but this is a crazy chart, absolutely crazy, and Pepe could go higher. Injective, I believe. On the weekly time frame, we're seeing a TBT bullish divergence signal, which is a massive signal on the weekly. It's a big deal because we haven't seen Injective go back up. Now, this one, it obviously is very expensive. It's already moved. It's not down here at $1 anymore. It's already shot up 1,400%. But yesterday was a very good day for INJ. Just keep an eye on, even if you're just going to trade the chart, the bounces up and down. Meme coin, whiff. Now, we saw some bearish vibes on this chart with TBT bearish divergence and TBO close longs. But because of the bullish close with the presidential election, we saw whiff shoot up 9%, 14%. It's back above the cloud. We're not out of the blue yet, or not out of the blue. We're not out of the woods yet, but things are looking good. It actually bounced off the 382 fib level. On the weekly time frame, we're not out of the woods yet. There's still a lot more growth that whiff needs to go up to its all-time high. I think it could go higher. Sui. This one had a lot of attention because it had an incredible rally, shooting up a lot. This week it's up 18%. Volume on this is massive. Now it is at TBO resistance. I want to point out something real quick about this too. Now, some of you in the Better Traders Club were asking about this chart because you were worried. You had bought in, I don't know where, but I said right here with these blue dots, which are TBO close longs, these dots tell us two things. One, if you haven't taken profit yet, consider taking a little profit on this chart, especially if you've been in the trade since the open long. All right, so if you've been in since here, you didn't take profit when it pulled 150%, so consider taking profit. But where do you take profit? My rule of thumb is that when I see TBO close longs, I don't sell here. I wait till the price comes back up to touch the fast line. That's my strategy, and it works well. And we can see why. Because if we sold a little bit, guess what? We locked in some profit, 100% profit. Good job. And we leave the rest going. Now it's up 150%. Now I'm going to be talking about take profit strategies and stuff like that and allocations, and I already have talked a lot about that too. But the chart looks good. The chart looks really good. AR. Now, this is a chart you would not likely expect me to talk about because this one has been so oversold. It's so oversold that this is an ugly weekly chart. The price is below the TBO cloud, meaning it's strong bearish. It looks bad. On the daily, though, we're seeing some signs of a possible recovery. Right here, TBT bullish divergence, just like right here. And this previous signal saw AR shoot up 50%. Could we see the same thing? If we do, our target is going to be, oops, no, I'm going to lock that. Our target is going to be right about here, $23. Most likely it's going to be really about there. But if you want a chart that's oversold, this could be it. Now, it's not an amazing profit potential, but it's something that's interesting. Tau or bit tensor. This one had some decent moves here. We got some bearish signals, and because of the bullish news, the outcome yesterday, look at the volume. The volume tells the story. The price is going above the cloud. Now, on the weekly time frame, it's not yet bullish, but volume coming in looks good. On balance volume looks good. Tau is a relatively new chart as well. Relatively new. It's been around since September. It hasn't really seen a bull market yet. It's still up 2,400% since inception. It could still go up. It could still move up higher because we're getting into that everything up season. Maker. This was actually in the Better Traders Club watch list for November because I saw something interesting happen right here. Ideally, the best place to get Maker was down here at about 943, but we saw a bounce right here with TBT bullish divergence, comes back up, hits the 382, bounces off TBO support. Yesterday it closed up 23% with a close short, which tells us that if we have an open short on this chart, consider taking some profits out when the price returns to the TBO fast line, but this could change directions. I think Maker could be turning around. If you're looking for those riskier oversold charts, Maker is it. Meme coin, Bonk. This one is above overhead resistance. It fell below. It's been battling it. It bounced off of support right here at 1778. It's up 27% from there. This one could continue to move up higher. Again, it's a meme coin. Sky's the limit. It's a new meme coin too. Phantom, bullish weekly. Daily chart looks like it had a pullback like everything else, but it bounced off the 382. Chart will still chop, but again, these are relatively safer charts because they're not memes. They actually have some sort of function. They do something. They solve problems. And we're not anywhere close to our all-time high in this chart either, which makes this more appealing. If I zoom out, there we go. Phantom could still move up to our all-time high for 300%, which is a much better ROI, and possibly stop at 7262 or so, which is a lot nicer. So we get our 10x. So it's something to consider. Jasmy. This one has been a pain in my butt for a while because I've been watching it and waiting for this to break out. It's still not bullish, to be honest, but we're seeing signs that it could be over. How do I know that? Well, because yesterday's bullish price action pushed it above overhead resistance, and today it's up 4%. I think that was the bottom range. So seeing Jasmy not only go back up to this high, but up to the listing high, pretty decent run. If we go back up to 34 cents over here on Coinbase, that's a 13x. Not bad. Rune. So again, Jasmy, not a meme coin. Phantom, not a meme coin. Rune, not a meme coin. This one is coming up on its 618 fib level. There is obvious resistance probably here with the TBO resistance, that red line, and also here at about $9. That is not that far away. 60%, 70%, that could happen. Rune has, by the way, seen a bull market. You can see here it listed in 2020, and it had a massive rally of 50x, which is why new listings are so important to keep an eye on. Popcat meme. This one's, don't have to say anything about this one. RSI is bullish, even though it had a pullback over here. Yesterday's close was up 27%. It's crazy. Mog meme. It's at resistance. It's battling right now, but yesterday up 17%. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Mew, cat in a dog's world, I believe. This one looks amazing. You got breakouts. Yes, we have a little bit of a TBO close long. Again, same concept. If we're in, we haven't taken profits yet, take a little bit on the return to the fast line. It's exactly what happened yesterday. Turbo, another meme. This one was up 17% yesterday. It pumped way too high, so it'll have a little bit of a pullback today before shooting up. Nero, another meme. This one has not actually had a chance to move. And this one, there are lots of fakes. There's this one that's on Binance for what? 0.001 or whatever. It shot up 54% yesterday. It's crazy. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about this one. This is the Nero on ETH. This one is more closely correlated to the price of Nero on Ethereum. Okay. Crazy chart though. And yes, there are other ones, but that's a lot of charts. I still have to type all this out somehow. I don't know how it's going to happen. The main thing I need you to consider right now is the macro fundamental view of everything. Trump wins the presidency. It's Bitcoin season. Alts are rejoicing because they're going to have more lax regulation from the United States. Hopefully, Gensler's gone. Jay Powell's gone. Crypto is a small market compared to the larger money markets. There are so many reasons why you should be considering Bitcoin. You should be considering alts, considering a lot of stuff that I've been sharing, honestly, for the last 3 months on my YouTube channel. Now, again, if you have no idea what to do, played it the wrong way. I strongly encourage you to get 15 minutes of financial freedom. Or if you want more of a community aspect and feel, watch lists, trade setups, regular market updates, join the club. But this is the best thing that you can do to improve yourself. I just remembered that I need to check my chat. Zeta, I totally forgot. So I need to go back to here. Let's go to Zeta. Okay. Well, the good thing about this chart, honestly, is that it's super oversold, which means that it has more room to grow. So this is roughly what we're looking at. Yeah. Let me see. So the good things I'm seeing right now is that the price is actually above the fast line, above the cloud. The price returned to the 236 Fibonacci retracement level. Volume is looking good. On balance volume looks good. On the weekly time frame, looking really good. RSI is moving up. On balance volume is moving up. And we have two TBT bullish divergence signals on the weekly, which is a really nice bottoming signal. Zeta could continue to rip. And this is a chart that's a new listing as well. New listings have so much potential. You guys have no idea. Going back up to listing price high is nothing. Charts like this that have not done it before and haven't seen a bull market could easily pull a 10x to a 20x. It's nothing for a new listing, especially if it's on some reputable exchanges. And it's a ticker that is on Bybit, because there's going to be a lot of liquidations that could happen, short squeeze liquidations that could push the price up for a coin or a chart like this. Okay. So sorry, I almost forgot that. Awesome. So I hope that this video is helpful to you. I hope that you've learned something. Again, like the video. I know this is long, but it's super in depth. Share with friends, family, coworkers, other crypto bros, and yeah, all those fun people. So that way, that way they're in the know about what's realistic about targets, what we need to look out for in regards to volume, how the chart tells the story, the importance of the fundamentals that's happening right now in crypto. Okay. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole live stream. And I got a lot of work to do for everyone in the club. So again, thank you so much for joining me. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.